Hi guys, Murugi Muni here.
It's Lady KM.
And we're back again with another episode of
The Messy In Between.
It's Definitely TMI! Time ever. I can't believe we only had to do one take to get that right.
Only one.
It's crazy.
Masters.
You know, that's it. Just shows you we are so in our craft.
Do you know what I mean?
It's just in our blood.
Only peasants make mistakes.
Honestly,
Us.
who us? No, not us.
No,
couldn't
could
be
not
us.
be us.
Hi, babe. Hi, guys.
Hi,
For the first time this year. Wow.
Yo.
By the way, you
After
guys are
our
looking
first
good.
break.
After our
I feel
first
like that's why. Like for real, there was no break that we weren't even talking in the group. Like the first time someone said something in the group, I was like, shut up, shut it. You know, that break has felt so good. And I have first of all, I have a deep appreciation for you.
Oh my God, babe, yes.
I have I get to work with you.
And I
how
really
creative
like
you are. You're a great person.
I really like you.
You're a great person.
Wow.
And we get to work together and create this together.
Yeah.
And you guys have been attacking us on DMs.
I know.
Every 2 minutes.
I've stopped and just going to my DMs like, guy, when you guys have quit? When what has happened? We're like, hey,
TMI ending. Question mark.
Hey, wow.
Relax.
Chill.
But
we are here.
Missed you
so much.
deeply.
Yeah,
and we missed
much
doing this.
Actually, I realized it's like, who else do I have the kind of conversations that we have on here? I feel like I had so many thoughts. Just like, so these are just remaining as
what
thoughts.
do I do with my thoughts?
Yeah, I'm about to start telling Tana. So Tana, let's really talk about the issue of femicide. You know, let's really talk about, X, Y, and Z. It's just like, she's just not getting it.
And then when you take off Instagram as well, you're like, all the thoughts, where do they go?
Literally.
No. I was born to be a creator.
I talked to my man more in that time when I was away than ever, because it's just like, it's you now. Babe, it's only you. Let's talk.
Between him and my sisters, for everyone.
Between him and my sisters, we were really
Happy 2024.
Happy 2024, babe. So happy to be here.
How do you feel?
I feel so good.
Yeah.
It feels so nice to be back at
does.
work, because we're always saying this is the most wacky thing that we do, like work related thing that
we have
do.
to work things around that. There's no
and you have to be
it.
present. It's not like you're in bed on your phone or something like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's so nice to be here, guys. So nice to see you. We hope that you guys are doing well. Please let us know in the comments how you're doing, how you've been, how this break has been for you, because we know it's been difficult. It has been difficult for us as well, guys. But so happy to see you. If you're not yet subscribed, let this be the year. If this is not one of your New Year's resolutions, by the way,
guys. No, I checked. I think it's now 40% of our subscribers. So we want to acknowledge that we shifted from 60% were not subscribed to 40%. So we acknowledge that 20%.
Thank you.
But now you 40%.
Yeah.
Guys.
If you know you're watching, if you don't like our content, obviously don't subscribe.
You wouldn't even be here.
You wouldn't be here. But if there are people who are here just to hate.
Oh, the first time.
Yeah.
Oh, yuck. So noisy.
You know what's out in 2024? Haters. Out.
Haters been out.
They've been out, right? Oh my God. So for this episode, we just wanted to just like catch up, let you guys know what's been happening, because a lot has been happening with some of our body parts. Others have been traveling. Others we have been. I mean, a lot has been going on. Obviously, if you're following us on Instagram, TMI Podcast KE,
you already know.
Lydia KM, Murugi Muni, you already know a lot of what's been happening. But if you don't know, we are here to now catch you guys up, and also just like stuff that has been happening, and also some of our resolutions for this year. I always feel like my resolutions are so many. I don't know if you can cover them in a whole episode. But anyway.
Yeah, but funny enough, like I feel like they are a bit of a guiding light. I remember what I say on this couch in the beginning of the year. I always remember.
There.
Yeah.
It's there. We have put it somewhere on the internet.
Put it somewhere.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, so how's December, January been for you?
So the last time we shot was the 16th of November. Today is the 25th of January. 2 months.
2 months.
Off. So that's why we're catching up with you guys. Despite the fact that some of our episodes did come out in December, then what we're catching you up is like contextually from that entire period. So no sooner had we decided to take a break so we can relax. In fact, my theme of my stories was we outside.
Literally, she kept saying every sentence, every phone call.
We outside.
And we outside.
We outside. Let me tell you, December, I was ready to shake this thing.
Yeah.
I was ready to disturb these people.
She was ready
in
to
these
find
streets.
her man, by the way. You are ready to...
I was ready to be out here.
Yeah.
God said, lol.
Yeah.
So funny enough, when we were doing our end of our AGM, we actually were planning where to go for our last fun
as TMI, as our TMI team, like our production team, our social media team, PA, everyone. Yeah.
Everyone else wanted to do something else, but I was insistent on going skating because I've been skating. I love skating. I've been skating for ages. So I just wanted to do that. But everyone, for whatever reason,
I really didn't want to do
said that it's okay because I was really insistent.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we go skating.
And we were told nothing. In fact, we had tried to do it like a day, some other day or something like that. And then we were like, oh no, let's find another time when we can do it or whatever. Basically, it just felt like it was not meant to happen.
It wasn't meant to happen. But anyway, we go skating. We had like the best time ever. Like it was such a fun end of the year. It was also the last shoot of Kagi.
Yeah.
And then just I was about to leave the ice rink.
Kagi Wellness is her brand.
It's my
her
brand.
That
you don't know.
Let's not assume for no.
All right. If you don't know, Kagi Wellness is my brand, and we're doing our last shoot of the year then. So it was feeling very like last of everything, time to have fun. And we had already closed TMI. So anyway, just as I'm coming to the end of the ice skating rink, because I wanted to get out. I was like, hey, it's time. Everyone also sat down.
We were already sat, yeah.
I came like this. And then someone came flying by between me and the end of the rink. And I fell. And I felt, from what I felt, was like, ouch. It was painful. It was like, oh my God, really, really painful. When they picked me up and they bandaged me, all of that. The pain kind of subsided after like 5 minutes. I was fine.
Yeah.
So we figured it was a sprain. Even the nurse figured it was a sprain. Go home, sleep. Then the next day I was just like, since no one actually saw what happened, like, you know, you can't see through, let me just go to the hospital and just, you know, confirm that it's a sprain. Me, I even had a new appointment after this hospital visit because I was like, just to confirm.
I literally hadn't even thought twice about it because the nurse had looked and was like, no, this one is just a sprain.
If you had broken it, by tomorrow like or this or this.
They're like, by tomorrow you should be fine.
Yeah, I didn't have the symptoms of what I thought what happened. Literally did the x-ray. The doctor looked at it. He was just like, you've broken your ankle in 2 places. You've torn a ligament and your foot is out of its joint. You need to be in surgery ASAP.
Yesterday. Yeah.
My good people. I just started crying 2 hours. I just cried. She just took over my phone. She took my insurance information. We started planning surgery. I was just crying. I that feeling is something I cannot explain to you because I was so worried.
Sad hearing that because I'm just like,
it was so horrible. It's like you're afraid. Like, what do you mean I've broken it? There's a shock element of the fact that I've broken it and I didn't know. Then there's like, am I going to heal? What happens to my health? How long does this take? Done. So anyway, God is good. The surgery went great. I have metal plates in my leg. I had the cast for 6 weeks and I just took it out 2 weeks ago. I did my physiotherapist, orthopedic physiotherapist appointment yesterday, and it's the first time I've walked without crutches in 8 weeks.
In ages. And today she came in walking without crutches. Yeah,
I did. I'm walking without crutches. This is the first time I've put on a shoe on my left leg. Guys, that's like that's been everything around my life has been centered around that. It's the most traumatic experience I've ever had physically. I've never broken anything. And actually my surgeon said that's why I didn't have other symptoms of breaking my leg because I went into shock because my body just didn't know how to handle it. Yeah.
My God. In case you're wondering, guys, this was also very traumatic for me because...
Yeah, let's hold tight. Do it.
It was really
First of all, I just saw it was vibes.
Yeah.
We went from vibes to a broken leg.
We were just having fun. And it's the fact that, I remember like we had been sat and then you guys went in for the second round. We come out and then you guys went to the second round. I didn't go in for the second round.
Yeah.
So now we're just sat, everyone has come out. And then my POV was like, at the point at which Lydia was coming out, because she was the last one in the ring.
Yeah.
We were just sat there, we're just drinking. Then we see someone being carried behind us.
Yeah.
And we're just like, oh my God, look at that woman being carried. And they were like, oh my God, it's Lydia. You should have seen how we sprinted from the booth because I was like, what is going on? God.
It felt like darkness. The pain when I first broke it.
Yeah. Your face was really like contorted in pain. I was like,
my God.
Actually at that point we should have known something surely.
Yeah, but I sprained my ankle before and it felt like a sprain.
Yeah.
So but it just felt more elevated. So I just thought maybe it was more severe.
Yeah.
But then the pain itself was like, like the worst pain, but then it stopped. So that's actually why I thought I sprained it, because I was only in pain for like 3 minutes.
And then now it's just like, yeah.
So I was just
God
like,
knew he needed to just like hold your hand through that.
So anyway,
basically she was not outside in December.
I was not outside anymore.
She in fact was more very much inside than outside.
It was so frustrating. I had to depend on everyone around me. I couldn't do anything for myself. Eventually, around like 4 weeks, I could drive because it's only this right leg. And I just found like ways to like balance this, and I could do things. I was working still, by the way. And sometimes when you're going through something, but doing it like out of, I've got to get on with everything else I have, my work appointment, speaking engagement, all of that, it seems like you're not going through it. But I want to tell anyone who thinks I wasn't going through it. The mental, physical, and emotional like hardship you feel after you break a leg. Actually, that's one of the things that brings you grief. Like physical ailments, like because you're grieving experiences that you could be doing, but you can't do.
And then you keep thinking as into just that exact moment that I just happened to be going that same place, and this person just happened to hit me, and now you just happen to break it. Like
you're just
so many
like,
things.
What? Like what else?
Why? Yeah, I know. Okay, so but I feel like there's a theme in your life. Like every time you go through something difficult, you just tend to have that like attitude of like pushing through. Because like even with your heartbreak, a lot of people are like, but are you even sad? Because like you're like doing things, you're whatever. Do you feel like there's anything positive that came out of this experience for you?
A million things came out positively, but let me answer to that. The reason why that is because if something is difficult and there's hardship around it, I want to make other memories around it. I don't want to look through all of my pictures and be like, oh yeah, that time and I didn't take pictures for 2 months because I broke my leg. I want to be somebody who can do life in as many different circumstances as possible. Then also money.
Oh, yeah.
So it's like, I'm not going to say like, I had 2 speaking engagement the weekend after. And no one wanted to ask me because, I mean, it's rude to ask me.
Like, we know you've broken your leg, but
you're still coming.
Just tell us, like, should we expect you?
So, and I love what I do. So I just wanted to keep going. And for the people who are looking at me, sometimes because I feel like I have that will and courage to be able to move through it, I hope it makes other people feel like they have the capacity to keep moving too.
I feel like it's dual, because I feel like the people who, when you're looking for inspiration, you'll find inspiration. If you're looking for a reason to make you feel bad about yourself, you're definitely gonna find it. And I feel like there are people who are like, there's people who will see you and they'll be like, so even me, this doesn't have to be the end of everything, so I can do this. There's those group of people, then there's the other ones who are just kind of like, but no, I mean, so you think you're better than us, you can't just rest. So you think you're whatever, but it's because that person already has low self-esteem and their own stuff. So anything which makes them feel like even worse about the fact that them, when they broke their leg, they didn't leave the house for 3 months. Now, obviously, it'll just be like, it's like you're attacking them by,
existing as I am.
Exactly.
I did make a point to say that actually after the first speaking engagement, there were all these messages about like, if Lydia can do it with her leg, then, we can do it. Like, this is like evidence that you really love what you do. All of these things I said, I was like, I should not be used as now like the benchmark for how anyone should experience a physical trauma as bad as this, because we are all very different. And some people, it's like your job doesn't allow you to be able to go the way that you go, right? The infrastructures I had in place allowed me to be able to do that. If you worked in a
construction company, for example,
I would have to take time off, So it's just, I just wanted to remember this experience like for more than just that time when I broke my leg. I will never, ever forget this. Like, it's imprinted in me. The positive things that have come out of it is that I've slowed down more. I am a lot more in my body.
I feel it. I sense
way more in my body. That sense of there's no rush. Like, just do things with more intention. That beat. Maybe I've been praying for this. Actually, I had a therapy session. I told my therapist, maybe it's you, because the things we were working on.
Here, look.
The things we were working on, all of them have come.
I always tell my therapist that is like, whenever you talk about something, it's like life sends you practicals. Like, we've talked about the theory. Now, here are the practicals.
2 things we're working on is me being more present in my body, being more in my feminine energy, and also slowing down, giving myself permission to pause, not be on Instagram, whatever. I was given no choice.
Exactly. Yeah. Also, I feel like it happened at a time where you had already made some plans in December which you couldn't cancel. Like she said, she had the speaking engagements, but we also had the events that we were going to, like in attendance and what. There's something else we went to together.
Yeah, it was best kept
secret and whatnot. Which actually for me, guys, it ended up being such a lovely time, because I don't think I've ever visited Lydia's house as many times in a month as I did in December because I kept going to pick her up.
And she was driving me the whole time.
She had the cutest Uber driver. Like, that was, oh my God.
That's something I'll never forget.
I'll never forget it
that.
too.
Yeah. I'll never forget that.
And even me, it was just so special. It just felt nice. Like, I can do this thing for you.
Don't make me cry.
I know. But I felt really nice. Because honestly, I was just like, why was it her who was, because I would have, let me not say I would have loved to be the one who was like down, but I feel like it for me, if something that happened to me, first I would just be laid down in my bed, I swear, for a month.
I feel like that's what you think you do, Joe.
And then also,
because when you got your lipo, you're not like moving around here, like,
oh yeah, you're right. Okay, fine.
Are you still not stitched
Let me not speak
around? So no, I don't think you are not lay down and die.
Really? Not lay down and die, but lay down and rest. And then also it's December. Do you know what I mean?
No.
Also for me, let me tell you the difference between my life and your life is like me, there's like activity in my space all the time. Like my kids, my husband, there. You live alone. Yes. So you see, it's also, there's that. Yeah. But anyway, it's been really hard for me actually seeing you go through that, going through this whole experience. I'm just like,
what has been hard about it?
Oh God. I don't know. Just like, I hate when someone who is like, you're like one of the most powerful people in my mind, like powerful as a person. Yeah. But now this one is just like, oh my God. But now she's a victim. She's a victim of this circumstance, Yeah. And it just felt so just like, why though? It's just like why?
Why did this happen to me?
Just such a fucking inconvenience.
It's the biggest inconvenience in the world. Yeah, let me tell you, people are saying like breaking a hand, you're still moving. There's things you definitely can't do. But
it's easier to break a hand for sure.
Your leg is like movement is everything. And me being such a fast-paced person, I'm always going. But what I can tell you, another positive thing is that I know who I am. I can't explain that exactly. But I think there's a way I wasn't seeing myself from the value of the person that I am. And that first being reflected by the quality of people around me. Maybe it's just like a deeper way, right? The quality of the people around me. Like I broke my leg and I think every single friend who could physically visit me, visited me. My friends were cooking for me. Joe was driving me everywhere. I mean, I had my family and friends like rally around me. And that cannot be, that's not for free. There's a reason why that's happening, And I got to see like if I'm able to like get through this, despite finding it so hard, I believed in my strength a lot more. There's definitely a way that is shifted from like the way I see myself has really shifted. And I think it's an amazing ingredient to add to my character. So I feel like even more confident than I ever felt.
I really loved seeing your people around you and whatnot. It was just like, wow, this is amazing.
Because you're my person.
Thank you. Yeah. It feels, it's amazing to know that someone you love is loved by others. Do you know what I mean? It's just like you have
she's not alone.
She's not alone. You have so many people around you. And I really appreciated that. I also feel like that lesson of like being in your body is like a lesson Lydia has been speaking to me about actually for a really long time. I don't know if you remember ever saying this to me, but like there's something, I'm a very clumsy person. I'm a clumsy person, and it's like there are times when something happens to me and you're like, Joe, that wouldn't have happened if you were present in that moment. Like you're here doing this, cutting something, but actually your mind is on what you need to do next. And because of that, then I end up like hurting myself or like I've dropped something or whatever. So even me, I've learned a lesson here. Although in that like situation, I feel like you couldn't have been
that doesn't
more
count
present,
if like there's another moving object.
It
so
doesn't
like
count,
if like Nancy is walking, like you can't control that.
I can't,
but now the one of like running into the stairs, they are right there, and there's no way.
Be present instead of like you're here walking the stairs, but you've thought about yourself at home or something like that. So damn, but that was difficult.
That's the biggest catch up, guys. I don't know what else to tell you. That was it. That's been it. I started walking yesterday. So literally
guys, yesterday.
Months. Me, I've just been out. But anyway, another thing I'm grateful for is what I do because I've been able to do it this way. Like literally financially, I've not even taken a hit at all since breaking my leg. So
I love that.
I'm really grateful for that.
I'm really grateful for what we do.
Yeah.
Actually, even if TMI had not taken a break, you could come and shoot.
Yeah.
It's just like it's not something that requires you to necessarily be like physically there. Oh, but did you have to do shoots?
No, I had done with all the shoots.
Oh, yeah, you had done with it. It was
Cardi
literally the last day of the shoots.
The last day of the shoots. I had no shoots that I needed to do. Yeah. So anyway, but I'm so thankful to God. Number one, I'm healing perfectly, exactly as the doctors expected. I'm walking again after 2 weeks of not having my cast, which I know my surgeon is not expecting because I have another appointment in 2 weeks. So that's all I was praying for. Despite the fact that this happened, I felt like God was holding me through every single experience. Even like the idea of go and get yourself checked. Like, you know, those things, God has been in everything. My mom was around when I got hurt. Then she left when after I got out.
I'm so glad your mom was around.
Exactly.
I'm
so
glad,
when I was discharged, that's the day when she left. Then my sister came for like 3 weeks.
Well,
so
God made sure.
God has been working for me in this season. There's moments where I've just been like, you're here, and you let that happen to me. But anyway, I've made that walk slowly towards back feeling God again, because it's scary to not have the faith that you're protected.
I can imagine.
But yeah, I'm so grateful.
I remember when I was younger, when I think I must have been 13 or 14, and then I got hit by a car and broke my arm. Or it was more like fractured my arm. Yeah, exactly. And I remember for a long time after that, I just felt such a fear of like my body is flimsy. Like my body can just be broken by things, you know, or like, you know, like, I don't know, like just so anxious. Like when anything happens, like I even trip or something, I'm just like, oh my God, I'm going to break something. You know, it's like just feeling so human, almost like,
is that
so
what
mortal.
You feel? Oh, so for me, it's the mortality around, because I've never broken a bone, and I guess because I'm older. So now it's like, it's been so long of practicing that my body isn't fragile. But what I do feel is just like, something bad could just happen. Right now, as we're speaking, a plane could just crash in here.
Thank you. Good night.
Yep.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Or one of us just drops dead. And that, because guess what? You think bad things are for other people. You read about bad, oh wow, that's what happened to them. But when something tragic happens to you through no fault of your own, you start to feel like, I'm part of the group of people who bad things can happen to
because you're there saying, oh, why did this happen to me? But why not you?
Yes.
Why should it be someone else? Why not you, Lydia?
That's what this lady told me. When you're saying, why not me, as far as like being abundant and you can achieve something, also say, why not me?
Yeah.
When it comes to tragic.
Exactly.
Who should God have chosen to have their leg broken?
Who deserves to break their leg
that more than you?
Yeah.
So there's that immortality I get about is from this is from the shakiness of life, how precarious life is. Like things could just happen to you.
Which is a reality, but I feel like our human minds, if we dwelt there, we would never do anything. We would never go anywhere. Because you'd consider the fact that you could die any minute. Do you spend time thinking about like literally this could be our last TMI shoot because we could be dead tomorrow? No one thinks that.
So I can tell there's still residue of that anxiety of like, you know. But I'm trying slowly but surely. I'm rebuilding that faith in God. I'm rebuilding trust in myself, trust in life. But that's a journey. 100%.
Have you spoken in therapy about what this season has been like for you and what it could potentially have brought up or has been bringing up?
We talked about that in therapy as well. We first talked about when it first happened and everything I was going through and like the woe is me, like how could this happen? Like I couldn't really feel God in like my presence because my faith was so shaken. We've talked about that, but it's a journey with healing. Just like any kind of traumatic event, it's a slow rebuild. Like the more I walk, the more I go places and come back safely, the more I start trusting life again. But that's a journey.
It's a journey.
Anyway, that's my catch up.
We're already 45 minutes in. Okay, guys, my catch up is just like December was great. I went on holiday with my family, and that was a really, really fun time. It was so exciting.
You took off Insta?
Oh, I took off Insta
for the first time ever.
That was like the first time in my 5-year career, I think, as a content creator.
A week or so, right?
Yeah, because I actually I became a full-time content creator in December 2018. And so this was 5 years. That was the first time I've ever taken a full week of like, I'm literally not posting anything. And not only was I posting, I was also just basically spending a lot less time on Instagram. I was coming there once and like my body was twitching like, oh, don't you just want to put a bikini pic? Don't you just want just a picture of your book or your kids? You don't want to put anything? The first 2 days were a bit scary. Not scary, but it was just kind of like, it's almost like how I felt when I quit vaping. Because I kept feeling like, something happens instantly. I just want to, and I'm like, oh.
Habit.
It's such habit, So it was a bit difficult. But after day 2, let me tell you, it was so relaxing. I realized how much we as content creators sometimes don't realize how much of our lives we are actually giving to the online space.
Are we saying we as content creators or we as...
Let me take accountability. Let me speak from a place of accountability. I, as Morugi, I don't realize because I like to think, Or at least until then, I loved to think that putting up a story is literally just, it's a 15-second thing. It's like I've taken the picture and then I'm just captioning it and I'm done. But the reality is that it's not just that. It's like you put it up and then you go back, you check, oh, okay, fine, how many people have seen it? And then you're like, oh, all these people have responded. Now people have asked questions. So you're going to go and find the information that they're asking for. Then you need to create now a nice look for the next one, which you're answering the questions and what. And it's like, it's actually a lot.
And
it's
even the trend, like before you take to post, there's a thought about how you're going to create the story.
That's the thing.
You're robbed of that present moment from that perspective more than anything else.
Yeah.
Because now you get into another realm. Like you step out of this realm into this one.
Exactly. Yeah. Which is like, it's not really a real world.
It's not real.
It's really not real,
An
by the
optional
way.
free app is what has us.
You're actually right. But I did feel like I'm really grateful for a space where I'm able to express my creativity. I'm grateful for TMI because I'm able to come and talk and express my views. I'm really grateful for my platform because I can come and I can say what I want.
Yeah.
Like, I'm really grateful for my platform.
Yeah.
And also I was just like, I'm really grateful that my job is something that when I was coming back, I was like, oh, I'm happy to be here. Like, I mean, it's cool. It's like, not like I missed Instagram so much, but I was happy. I know there's many people who's like, maybe you're going back to your job and you're just like, oh God, I definitely didn't feel that. So I was really grateful about that. And I was just like, as far as like jobs go, I'm happy that this is ours. I'm really happy that this is ours.
Let me speak about my hardship. So Joe left Instagram. And actually, to be honest, I had taken off, like, I think it was 24th.
Yeah.
But I needed to come back on the 27th for a sponsored post. But I could have taken all of it off. I really did want that. But then now I came back, you were gone.
Yeah.
And I was just like...
Wait, but you came back, you left 24th, 25th, then you came back 26th, I think.
Was it 26th? Yeah. Yeah, so I wanted to take more time off, but it made no sense to come back, then whatever. Anyway, it felt like silence on Instagram when you're not around.
Oh, seriously?
Like, it was just like, how are you? So what about you? You go, Jay?
What are you doing here?
So first of all, what are you eating? And then you go to people's other creators, like, no one really actually at all posts as much of a detailed, like, journey of their day as you do. So it's just like, so who ate breakfast? No, whose breakfast am I looking at?
Coffee or you're
because
not having?
No one does it as much and as consistently as you do.
Except you, also.
No, mine is definitely not even as much as you, because sometimes it'll just be moments where I'm not really posting.
Yeah.
I know I can really account through the journey of your day. She went to town today. She went to fabric, But yours it's so like that. So there's a really amazing feeling going through someone's day as intently and as like personally with you.
Why though? That's what I wonder.
That feels good.
Yeah.
Because it's like I get to be in your world and see what your interpretation is.
But I get it for you as my friend. Sometimes I wonder, it's like, what does somebody else get?
It's the same thing. If I see someone's story or someone does like a vlog in a day, I love that I'm seeing how your day goes and what it's like you're inviting someone into your life.
You're right.
Yeah, it was so weird.
I like
to
that.
Not have you.
I like to benchmark on other polls like vlogs. Like, okay, so that's what you do. So that's how you take your kids to school.
Yeah.
Oh, so that's what you guys are having for breakfast.
Yeah.
Is that what you're having for breakfast every day? Oh, okay. So that's what you guys are doing. Yeah, I guess so.
I find it so interesting, like what people are doing with their day.
Yeah.
It's like I wouldn't do it that way. But you now get to see someone's life from like the world. The reason why I think creativity is so powerful is that we get so many different ways of doing things.
Yeah.
So you have like more options, like, oh, okay, so someone could just lie in bed.
You could.
Or someone could just wake up at 5 or 3 and go to the gym. I love that.
Actually 3.
Yeah.
To go to the gym.
People go to, you didn't say who was going to.
Was it Natalie Tewa? Another time I was just like, bitch, be for real. BFFR, no.
We slept at 10.
Really?
We slept at 10, but maybe they are sleeping at 8.
8. You're right. 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3.
Yep. So
actually, yeah, that's a full night.
And that's so interesting. Like that's how somebody lives their life. So I'm so proud of you.
Thank you.
I'm so proud of you for being able to take that break. When she did come back, she did come back with full content though. So we're like, were you creating the whole time?
I know.
But baby steps.
Baby steps, I know. And then also it's just like, are you not going to take a picture of your daughter on a roller coaster? Of course you are.
No, but those were so many.
No.
Is that your normal way of taking pictures?
In fact, later when I was looking at them, I was just like, wow, there are actually so many. Or maybe they seemed many because I posted them all within the scope of 2 days. Yeah.
Maybe.
I feel like, because me at the time I was taking them, I was just like, this didn't even seem like a lot.
No, these are massive. When I take time off, like I took time off last week, I delete Instagram, number one. And the amount I create is like so much less because creating for memories is very different. You know, it's like it's more intentional,
but also
I guess.
it's different when it's like this was a new experience for us. You see what I mean? It's not like we're just staying at home. If we're just staying at home, it's just like whatever. But this was like our first international trip as a family.
So okay, then that's fair enough.
Everything, yeah. Okay, next time I'll go and then I won't even come back with a recap.
Me, I didn't
not
say
even
that.
a recap.
Now your people are going
Lydia
to come
said, and from now on, no recap. Anyway, December came and went. The new year started, and now here we are in January.
Has it started slowly or
mine has started with a medium pace. Let me say medium pace. I feel like there are some elements of my life which like when they open, now we are open like wild. It's like it starts as a shop. There's not we are starting slow. It's like now you're open.
Back,
Customer service needs to be done. Marketing needs to be done. Whatever. So that feels like the most fast paced part of my life right now. But like TMI now, since this is our first shoot day, that's kind of been like we've just been thinking. Although also TMI feels like it's starting like on our 1000 level %, right? All the conversations, the work,
right, so those were so annoying.
But
it's like, thank you God
for
thank
this
you
blessing.
God. But it's like we come back next week, Nancy.
I know, literally. Nancy with her table. No, this is the table we're going to shoot until July.
And this client,
oh my God.
What do you guys think? What do you guys think?
Yeah, I know. I'm just like, leave me alone.
I don't want to think.
There's still a contract waiting for you to review.
Have you?
Have you? I thought so. Good. I thought so, exactly. How has yours started? Slow?
For sure, slow. My sister was here like the first 2 weeks of the year, and then I took a week off last week off social. So I came back this week. Like we're shooting on a Thursday, so it's Monday. Now everything has come back, and let me tell you this, it feels like it was just like waiting for me to come back. Everything is just very fast paced. But I feel like I have it in me. I have the capacity to handle it as it comes. Okay. So yeah, I like that. I'm ready for the God to give us the grace. Me, I'm like, in this moment today, what do I need? I need energy. I need to, have a positive attitude or whatever. And you just trust that on the different days, God will give you what you need on that day to be able to make things Your
work
word of the year.
My word of the year 2024 is today. And I came up with this via a message, a sermon that one of our preachers in our church, Nairobi Lighthouse Church, in case you're looking for a church, it's a really fantastic one. And her name is Rebecca Dawn, also a singer. I'll put the link in the description box. Please, someone remind me. Please, Nancy, I beg. Remind me to put a link in the description box.
There's a link to come.
Yeah. Thank you. And basically the title was Discover the Power in Today. And she was talking about how sometimes you get so stuck in like this big picture thing that you're trying to create, which sometimes, especially at the beginning of the year, you can get so stuck on. It's just like by the end of this year, you want to be stocked in, across Africa, and you want Kagi to have 100 products, and you want, we want Wild to be like, now you're in Junction Mall, and I don't know, you have 4 stores, whatever it is. And sometimes that big picture can look so big and so daunting that you find yourself having like you don't even have momentum to start. You're anxious, you're scared, you're like, where do I even begin? Like, what is the first step? And she basically, and the same goes for your personal life, could be like your marriage, you want to have an amazing marriage, you want to raise amazing kids, you want to lose, 30 kgs. And she talks about how all that is achieved by having a series of good todays.
Yeah.
And basically all she said was make today good. And that's just like my thing. It's just like make today good. Because your yesterday is gone. You literally can't do. So you were supposed to call a client yesterday, but you didn't. Now it's gone. All you have is today. Tomorrow, like we've said, anything could happen. We don't know if you're going to be outside tomorrow or inside, kind of thing. So the focus is just on today. What can I do to be a good wife today? How can I be kind to my husband today? How can I bless him today? How can I instill discipline in my kids today? How can I be present for them? If Kagi is intending to open all these stores, what is one thing you can do today towards that? Because it's like every day doing the things that you need to do to achieve that thing. That's how you get there. You don't just like magically wake up one day and suddenly you are, have as many stores as Vivo or whatever. It's literally step by step by step. So I'm really trying to, it's also, I guess, a lesson in being present and being here. It's like, this is shoot day. I'm here at this shoot and I'm building this dream right now by being here. So my focus this year is just on my todays. If today what I need is rest, because she also talked in the message about how sometimes what you need is rest, and it can feel like, no, but I'm not building towards it. No, but rest today could be a more productive Lydia tomorrow, and maybe even it's rest this week could be a more productive Lydia. So my focus this year is just on today, making today good.
I love that. And that's one of like the nicest ways like that message has been packaged. Yeah, I love it so much. I don't have my word of the year.
Yet.
No, I don't. I had the most incredible 2020 me. And actually, when I look through my year, despite breaking my leg, it was still literally one of the best years I've ever had. I just felt I was so intentional.
Yeah.
Everything I did, I was moving with a lot of intention, and I loved that. But this year, I don't know if I'm feeling scared to title it.
Yeah.
Like, because 2020 me is like, even breaking my leg ended up being something about me, nourishing me, helping me build my character, helping me love myself more, whatever. So it's like, I don't know if I'm yet. I know my themes. I know what my themes are. I told you.
No, but I know money is there.
Yeah. Anyway, I have my themes, but I haven't got a word yet. Maybe
So
you
you
could
share
just
your
be
themes
that.
with us then.
No, I'll share my theme with you.
Okay, fine.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys. You're not on the inner circle. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell someone. See me. Nione you may attend to Ambia. Why don't you make this year then 2020 me volume 2?
No, it's enough. And actually, in fact, I feel like I now know how to take care of myself. My wellness is in check. I know who I am. I know what I'm about. And of course, I'm still growing. There's room for that. But I have a conviction about what I like, what I don't want to do, what I want to do, who I want to be around. That seems very clear. Maybe it's time to do, maybe it could be 20 other people.
2020 money. 2020 friends.
Yeah. 2020 friends.
We could do that.
Just Ivy is doing 2020 Forbes because my money is definitely a big thing, like investing, all of that. This year, I want to get that together.
Okay, so you need a word.
Do I?
Don't you?
Do I?
Do you? Also, some of these things, it's all just created in our heads. We're the ones who have just decided that, this is what we want to say, this is what we want to do, you know, kind of thing. And I feel like if it comes to you, it comes to you. And if it doesn't, it doesn't necessarily mean,
Yeah, but I know exactly, I have my intentions of the year, but I haven't gotten that word that feels like just like, I had heard someone say 2020 more, but I was just like more of what I already feel like I have so much, and I do want to grow, of course, but I more feel like more internalizing just how much I have more than more. Yeah.
Wow, I'm here now just trying to figure out a word for you.
I don't know. We can just leave it could be 2024.
It could also just be 2024. Like, come on, please. Yeah, anyway, I feel like when I listened to it just felt like God was telling me, speaking that word to me. It's just like, focus on today. Just be in today kind of thing. So I really,
right.
Yeah, it does. Okay.
Yeah. So we've been off social media for a while, but we've been, I know we haven't. What am I saying?
Well, TMI has.
TMI hasn't been present on social media for a while, but we are obviously part of the conversation of femicide. For those who don't know what femicide is known to be the intentional murder of women because they are women.
Yeah.
I'm going to read some stats, and these are stats which are from Mantalk, who are an incredible ally in this, because just because it's about women doesn't mean it's only women who ought to have a voice or share something about. So the first statistic is that since January 1st, and this is bearing in mind we are on the 25th, from January 1st to January 17th, 2024, there have been 9 reported cases of femicide, and reported being top. That's an emphasis, just what's reported. The majority of the women affected are between the ages of 15 and 29. In the year 2023, femicide count Kenya recorded a startling 152 killings, the highest in the past 5 years. More than 1 in 3 women in Kenya reported having experienced physical violence in their lifetime. So today being the 25th and the 27th, there is a march. I won't be going because I'm yet to be walking as great. Because of having 9 women be killed in such a short amount of space, there's been outrage, and 100% makes sense. And today being the 25th, there's a march happening on the 27th all over the country where we can protest and we can march and stand up against femicide in Kenya. The funny thing is, we wouldn't have known the statistics of 2023 if it wasn't for this, for the 9 cases I've been reporting in such a short amount of time. One thing I have to say, actually, that I'm so impressed, because the week when so much of the protesting and the advocacy online was happening, I was off social media. But when I came back on, I was so impressed, because when I tell you growing up in the UK, women are killed all the time. Like all these serial killer things that you see, or like, random women being killed. I know so many that have been killed. What? So then I don't ever think about, I think I saw a statistic, something like women in the UK are killed by a partner more than they're killed by like cancer and car accident put together, something crazy. So I saw that there's a way that murder of women felt like that's what I've seen on TV
almost
for so
normalized.
much.
It's just like, yeah, this is what happened.
Right?
Desensitized. Yeah.
But I love that it's like, no, we are not going to accept this. This is not going to happen.
Yeah.
I love that charge that I felt on social media when I came. So many people speaking up. So many people doing so many different forms of advocacy to speak about this.
Yeah.
It's so impressive.
In Kenya, the statistics is that over 75% of the cases reported are from a loved one, someone who they know, their husband, their partner, an ex-boyfriend,
Those
a current
are the people
boyfriend.
who kill us the most.
Those are the ones who kill you the most. Yeah. And it has nothing to do with what a woman is wearing, because you will be killed in a dira, you'll be killed when you're naked, you'll be killed in a miniskirt. It literally has nothing to do with what a woman is doing to protect herself or not protect herself. And I really also have been loving the conversations. I've been loving seeing men standing up and being part of the conversation, because the reality is that this is a societal issue.
It's us. It's all of us.
It's us as humans. It's just like me as a mom and a sister, as a friend to somebody, you know, kind of thing. You are at risk. We are all at risk. What can you guys do to support, and what can we all do to support is share posters or share information about femicide, have conversations in our circles. And let me tell you something, listen to what people in your circles are saying about when you have a conversation. If you automatically, when you start saying something about femicide, and now your man starts saying, yeah, but even these babes, why were they, accepting cash for
even
for
men
sex?
are killed.
Even
that's the thing with femicide, right? And that
yeah.
conversation about like more men are killed is that more men are killed by other men.
Yeah.
But here with femicide, more women are being killed by men.
That's it. Yeah.
That's why this is an issue that is like, men are killing women. Yeah, so this is not just like a statistic of how many women have died. It's the murder of women because they're women.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And the fact that these are just the reported cases. Imagine how many more in the rural areas, in, people who it's not reported at all, people who their families don't even go to the police or whatnot, the ones which are not investigated, the ones which don't make it to the news. There's just so much. So let's do what we can to have these conversations, to educate the people around us, obviously. By the time you're watching this, I think the march has already happened, because it's happening this weekend. But participate in as many events, or even just share support, or like send support financially or in whatever it is that these organizations who are organizing these activities are doing, because it's the least that we can do. So if you want to see what some of these organizations are, please check out the description box and let's support them as much as we can. We appreciate that, first of all, our audience is pretty much like 70% women or something like that. Yeah. So we will, and we are women, and we're always saying here how much we love being women. We love working with women. Like literally, it will always be top of our priority to work with women. No matter what the job is. It's like we always
can I find a woman to do this?
Can I? Yeah. Exactly. It's always like you'll want it to be a woman. So we just hope, we are hoping for that all these conversations and all this advocacy will lead to policy change. Me, I want to see really, really stringent sentences being given to the people who are convicted of this. Not just like, oh, you killed a woman. Okay. Oops. Yeah. No. Please,
and there are other forms of advocacy are supporting businesses that are supporting those. Joanna K Cosmetics was doing something like that, where 30% of the proceeds were going there. So you can benefit because let's say you're getting a gloss or you're getting a lipstick, but also you're contributing to the cause.
Absolutely. Yeah. Anyway, it's been a really difficult time to be on Instagram. In fact, the time away shows you how, like, because on Instagram, it's not like you don't know you're about to pass a post which says woman found beheaded in whatever. It can be so triggering, but I'm almost grateful for the triggering, because I feel like sometimes that's what a society needs, for us to know this is a problem. Yeah. Because we can't afford to just be like, oh, I don't want to see about what's happening to other women. No. Because as you said earlier on, it's like that was them yesterday. How do you know it's not you tomorrow?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I don't know what I think, I don't know, somebody said that they were dating or something, like, you're dating and you see what's happening. I mean, there's a knock-on effect to the fear that women feel about being women existing in society.
Oh, yeah.
Too many things affect their lives, from where they go, how they dress, who they speak to, just how they conduct themselves. And we have a right to be living, experiencing life fully without the fear of safety, without fear that someone's going to compromise our safety or, worst of all, kill us. Yeah.
Oh man, yeah, being a woman is so hard. The other day we were just at home, and then Zach, it was like evening, it was like 8 p.m. and then Zach was just like, we needed batteries for the remote. The remote batteries had died, and he's like, oh, let me just walk to the shop and just go buy some.
Unacceptable.
I was like, wow, as a man, men just decide, just like, oh, it's at night, but let me just walk to the shop. I was like, as a woman, I would never, that cannot even cross my mind. I start seeing it getting dark. There's no way I am walking outside anywhere.
Yeah.
I was just like, wow, women and men live such different lives. Such different lives. Like it's sad actually.
It is so sad, but we can do our parts to make some movement in this conversation. So if there are any other organizations, there are any other ways for us to move the conversation forward or contribute, you can just leave the information down in the comments. Yeah,
exactly. If you leave any comment that is victim shaming, we will delete it. And we will likely block you.
100%.
Thank you. Thank you so much. All right. So give us some of your resolutions.
Okay. So one of my intentions, as I'm calling them,
I like that word actually, because intentions is like, it's like softer. It's softer. I would like to do this.
The arching theme.
Resolution is like, this is what must be done. Whoa.
Yeah. Relax. So one of my intentions is maintain. I think I did such a good job of crafting my life in a way that I'm proud of last year, as far as my relationship with myself, my friendships, my business, TMI. So right now is like maintain. And not much needs to be done. Like friendships, I don't feel like I need to do much else. It's like, be present with your friends. Continue to do what you've been doing with that one. Continue to do what you've been doing with yourself, as far as like taking care of yourself. There's a lot of maintenance energy that I need to do. More like, just don't lose your consistency. Don't get complacent, like you've done this for too long. Just maintain. Keep doing what you're doing. There was a time where it's like when I realized how many friends I had, I was thinking like, so now?
It's overwhelming.
Like, yes, it's overwhelming. But I've realized it's actually not, because I have adult relationships. So it means like today your house is on fire. The chances are it's not all others that are on fire.
Terembe's house is also not burning as well.
It's not. So it's like I've been able to manage my friendships in a way where I feel like I'm present for them and I'm doing what I need to do. So I want to just keep that consistency with my relationships, with my friendships, work, and also myself.
I love that. And I feel like if the friends or the people in your life were too many, you would already be feeling a fatigue.
You would know.
Yeah, you would feel a fatigue because you're just like, no, I've just called you. Now we are having lunch. I need to go meet someone for dinner. And now I have this, whatever. Oh, I didn't invite. You would feel it. But I feel like you're at a good space. Nice. Also, I feel like you're one of those people who is like, you're lovable and enjoyable to be around. Like, it's easy. You let people into your space, but you're also very intentional about who you allow to remain in your space. Like, it's like, okay, there's people who you can meet and it's like acquaintances, but who you choose, like, this one is staying. It's like, you're intentional about that.
I feel like it's my heart that chooses. I can't tell you. Like, some people always are like, let's say I meet someone, they're like, they want to be my friend. And I don't want to be, and I can't tell why.
Yes.
I think friends are chosen. It's a spiritual
that's
choosing.
The thing. I think, and it's like, there's just a gelness that just happens, and it's just like, oh,
here we are.
This is
We're
cute.
Friends.
Exactly.
Yeah, so I'd like to maintain, especially with relationships. Yeah.
Okay. I realized that a lot of my a lot of my intentions, let me say, not resolutions, are things that I've written in the past, like in the past year or in the past few years, that I haven't actually gotten around to. But this year I want to. So, like, for example, from a like personal perspective, I want to take my solo trip. I have never taken my solo trip. I just feel like,
will you enjoy it? Let's even get into it. Let's just have a seat. Why do you want to take this solo trip? Is this something that you would actually enjoy, or is this something that you believe you would enjoy?
I feel like I wouldn't enjoy it, but what's the reason why I wouldn't enjoy it? You see, it's like I want to question the reason why I feel like I wouldn't enjoy it. Is it because I don't want to be alone with my own thoughts? Is it because I feel like for me to be myself, I need to be with Zach or be with someone else? I want to give myself an opportunity to not enjoy it.
I hear that.
Yeah.
But I feel like the reason why you haven't been making plans to go is because it's like, it's tied to like something that might be potentially scary.
It is. It's so scary. I'm just like,
that's why.
And then what if I go and then I enjoy it so much and then I come back and I'm just like, why do I don't like my life? Why are there people around me all the time? That's the kind of, that's like, it's actually a really scary thing to think of for me. So I don't know like what the outcome of that would be. Will I now, like, I don't know, will I make some self-realizations that, because I've never been alone. I've just never been alone. Like my sister, in fact, I remember my sister's son, Yeshua, was asking her, asking her like, oh, mom, have you ever lived alone? And she was like, yeah, she lived alone for a long time in South Africa. And she was, but I've never lived alone. When I went for my postgrad, I lived alone kind of, but I had two male like housemates. So I've not like been alone. When I came back, Ethan was there. Then I met Zach and now we're together. And it's just like, I've just never.
I hear you.
So I'm just like, yeah. So it's a bit scary, but this is the year I'm going to do it. Maybe I should do it for my birthday. Just start off the year with it.
Yeah. Like
you seem scared for me,
do.
Lydia.
I feel so scared for you. So let me tell you, because I know myself.
Yeah.
I know like have I ever lived alone?
Right now you're living alone.
Oh, right now. Now I've lived alone. But in uni I had roommates. But anyway, I feel like I've had enough time where I feel like I've been able to spend time with. Oh yeah, I lived by myself in 2016 when I relocated. Yeah, no, I've lived alone actually since I've been in Kenya. What am I saying? But okay, there was a point I wasn't living alone.
Yeah.
That's what's confusing the mathematics. But anyway, because I know I've been able to be alone, and I know there's like, especially like the first dinner I went alone, right? It's like on holiday. No one is on holiday alone. No one ever. And I went to like a dinner and I was like, I wanted to be like alone. Like I'm not using my phone, like distracting myself. So I know what it was for me. But you know what, Joe, you might surprise yourself. You are a really adaptable person.
I feel like I might.
Love it.
Let me just go and I just test and then I just see.
A short one. How many days ago? I think I went 4 days.
Yeah, something like that. Which is like maybe I go a Friday, I come back a Monday.
Something that.
That's just like 2-3 nights, and it's like you do it and you're done.
One day of nothing, one day of like stuff. Ama, you want all nothing?
No, I just want all nothing. All just like relax. That's my vibe.
Okay, fine.
And just like laid by the pool reading. Yeah,
cool.
And then eat, and then you read. You take a nap. You eat. You masturbate.
You're
done.
How much time you have in your life?
Oh
You'll
my God.
Be shocked
when you're not spending it on others.
And obsessing on your phone.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Crazy.
So much time.
I know. Yeah, but I want to go there. I'll probably be able to read like 5 books. Speaking of, one of my intentions of the year is to read 30 books this year.
You can do it.
Yeah, definitely.
I think
I'm on book 5 now.
Yeah. I'm on book 1. Last year I
reading?
read 1 book. Yeah, I'm reading.
Last year you read 1 book.
I did. Yeah, one.
But
book.
At least you read it.
Huh?
You read something.
And it was The Science of Getting Rich, which is a fantastic book. I'm actually gonna reread it after the one I'm reading now. So it was great, but I was just not in my reading vibe. Yeah. But I'm not a reader of like, let me pick up a book now when we are vibing. I am a schedule reading. So now I'm scheduling it just. But it's because you read
non-fiction. Like you read not self-help, but like motivational. It's not like storybooks. You know, as we're reading storybooks. So
now you want to be doing
it's fiction. It's like it's interesting. It's almost like the same way you feel like when you're watching a movie or something. That's how I feel.
Yeah. So I'm going to I'm doing it like at night just before I go to bed. I'm like reading like a chapter, and that's been feeling good. And also it's like my mind isn't like so active from watching something. So yeah, I'm loving it. I would say 1 book a month. That's where I am.
Yeah.
That's enough.
Okay, fine. 1 book a month. Yeah, okay, fine. So 12 by the end of the year.
That's enough.
Okay, fine. Okay, another thing that I want to do, which is a big one for me, is an intention, is I want to be intentional in the things I allow in my life and the things I let go of. And this has to do especially like with my space and like shopping, especially. I started the year with a huge declutter. I was like, I'm letting go of so many things. I literally give away like maybe 70% of my wardrobe. I realized TMI is actually the reason why I have so many clothes.
Are we wearing new clothes today? We said we would not.
Stop. Yeah.
I literally went to
stop?
Shop.
Why?
I literally shopped.
Why?
But for the next episode, I didn't shop.
Okay. So one outfit, but that's like, actually that would lead to 2 outfits a month.
That's fine. That's doable.
But you're not factoring in, you have a speaking engagement, you have a photo shoot, you have a what? You have a that's the problem. But I just want to be so intentional. Even the things I buy, no more buying basics. Yeah, and no more buying basics. Like, how many pairs of tights can I buy? How many bodysuits? How many long-sleeved tops? How many t-shirts?
Tank top.
Girl,
the black ones, no.
But every time I see one, I'm like,
all the time looking exactly.
We only show up to shoot that black tank t-shirt, tank top, and leggings. That's it. But no, enough. But always, whenever I see a new one, I'm just like, wow, but those ones are not comfortable like this one. It's the texture. And this one is adjustable at the back. No, I want to be intentional about how I spend my money. I also realized that even though last year I was good on like saving and spending well, this overspending on things which is not necessarily I've thought about it. No, I'm not doing that anymore. I just feel like we're too old to be doing that. And it's like, to some extent, it's like sometimes you can be like, yeah, spoil yourself. You can't be spoiling yourself every
24/7.
week. That's it.
Yeah. I think that's a good one for you because you definitely overshop. Sometimes they will just be like, I just saw them. I bought 8 of them.
Yeah, I know.
And then you see her with one. So it's like, where are the other 8? You know? But guess what? I have gotten a bit more of a shopping addiction-ish since breaking my leg. You think you're at home doing nothing. Scrolling.
And then as soon as Instagram sees you've bought this one, of course, it's going to recommend other shops which are like this one.
Online shopping for clothes, online shopping for like ordering things in. Wow.
Yeah.
Guys.
I'm such an online shopper. I'm such an online shopper.
I've overdone it. Now it's like even thinking about having to go into the supermarket. Like for what reason?
I literally haven't been a supermarket for ages.
Exactly. So it's like even me, I want to change that one. Another one for me, an overarching theme is healthy eating. We have been here, me discussing about gym, about mental health, all that. But I always skip eating because for me, I'm just like, why on earth, like, am I even thinking about food from that perspective? But no more. Again, it's another one. We are not old. We are too old to be like ignoring the fact that you're eating garbage all the time. You're not being present about your sugar intake, all of that. I want to work on my gut health. Gut health is like closely linked with mental
health. We've seen
health.
you having a million probiotic yogurts.
I'm telling you, it's something. Especially when I have that in the morning, I just feel better. And I also want to eat food that make me feel like lighter and they nourish my body.
She just had 5 donuts before this shoot.
Yeah. No, I didn't say I'm gonna stop. I'm going to balance. There was just no balance whatsoever. Working on my gut health for sure. Alcohol free, obviously.
Come on. I too want to continue the alcohol free. Although now I haven't decided like how long I want to do it, but it's like minimum 3 months. But I don't know. In fact, when I think of going back to alcohol, I'm just like, what is taking me back there?
What is it? That's the question. What is?
Literally, what is taking me back there?
9th of February, it's going to be a year.
Can't believe that.
Exactly. It seems ridiculous.
It was like jokes.
It seems like vibes until like the year passes. You're just like, wow, I've seen a massive improvement with my skin, how I feel. My body feels lighter. The way my mind thinks, how creative I am has 100% changed. So I want to have more consciousness about what I'm putting in my body. And I would like to make it a lifestyle. You're allowed to have other things. You can eat a pizza, you can do here and there. But generally speaking, I want to be like somebody who consumes healthy food and drinks. And also getting my healthy nutrients through drinking because I might not be a foodie like that to be like eating super healthy. But when I know I'm drinking all of that, whether it's like green juices, like wellness shots, whatever. But I want to be more conscious of that. That's the journey, guys, I'm taking.
Yeah. When I think of your approach to food, I feel like you're not an unhealthy eater, but you're not a consciously healthy eater.
There you go.
Yeah.
Ding, ding, ding.
But I feel like naturally it's like you don't necessarily like, when I think of like, okay, what would lead order in this kind of situation? I don't automatically think a healthy thing, but I don't think an unhealthy thing.
I get your point as well. It's like I have a foundation of like, okay, be observant about what you're eating. I want to have a balanced diet. I'm not like, so into junk food or anything like that, but it's not consciously healthy eating. So that's the thing which I want to shift.
Yeah. I also definitely want to be more conscious of what I'm eating, be more conscious of how I'm moving my body. Because I feel like I realized last year, there were times in the year when I think of last year, the times in the year where I was feeling like low or like not really my best self, it was tied to I'm not working out, I'm not drinking enough water. How you're treating your body really just shows in all aspects of your life. It's like, then you're not having as much sex as you want to, because every time your man wants to have sex, it's just kind of like, I'm tired, I'm feeling kind of lazy. It's time for a shoot. Oh my God, I'm kind of, like just don't have energy. All that just shows literally treating your body better will automatically impact and make your whole life. Whole life better. Yeah, you really challenged us towards the end of the year. You were so consistent with working out.
I was literally before I broke my leg.
I know.
I was feeling
How have you been feeling about not being able to work out?
I have been devastated. It's been heartbreaking. But I've been doing a lot of stretching because if your body is going through this, I can't work out. I definitely can't. But I've just been feeling like, let me just stretch and give her what she just needs for now, which is just like delicate care. But now that I'm walking again, I actually want to start back with like more intentional movement, whether it's like Pilates or something like that next week. Just get myself slowly back into it so that when I am fully back to walking, I can just like go back to the gym. But that's what I'm hoping for. Sleep as well. Sleep hygiene. This is another one which we're going to put in the link below.
Get another link. So for the 5th link, it's going to be Sleep hygiene.
So I listened to this episode on Diary of a CEO. It's from the fitness scientist. I'm so sorry, I can't even remember her name. But it was about your relationship with like consistently sleeping at the same time and waking up at the same time and its effect on you as far as your physical and mental wellness. And it was just transformative to me. I've even I have a consistent sleep routine. I'm in bed at 10, up at 6, and that consistency is what I want to keep up. I'm very much into sleep. Sleep hygiene is a thing
11,
for
12,
me.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wow, that's a full 8 hours.
But maybe you're probably gonna fall asleep at 10:30 or maybe coming towards 11, whichever the case. But looking to be like falling asleep by 10:30. So I want to keep up that consistency. Like you should listen to it, guys. It was just so transformative. So I want to generally have a healthy lifestyle. I have a wellness lifestyle. I'm very much into my mental wellness, but I want to spread the wellness everywhere else.
And you know that's like a whole income stream on its own. People are really into health things, like, you know, not everything has to be about money, but you know, the things that can be about money, you can also make them about money. You know,
so that's a big thing for me. I want to be more mindful.
I really want to have a really consistent year with regards to the gym, or let me not say the gym necessarily, but like to movement, intentional movement, you know, intentionally ensuring that I'm doing the things that like make my body feel good. You know how well you sleep after working out, like that sleep is unmatched.
And how you feel about yourself. That you made a person. Today you worked out at 5 in the morning.
I woke the alarm rang at 4:30. I was like, did I not just close my eyes?
Can we maintain that though?
That's the thing.
Can we do 6?
But now I can't do 6 because I need to take my kids to school. So it has to be either 5 or it has to be 8:30. And 8:30 sometimes I feel like the day is so much in the day, you know.
I think make the sacrifice.
I know.
I think do the.
I feel like let me do what I can. Let me do what I can on the days that I can.
Yeah. But I love that. Even the day, like you sat down, you've poured into yourself. You feel present. You worked out with your husband.
Exactly.
And then now waiting for the kids. Versus
it felt so nice.
You're all waking up together. Of course, me, I haven't even defrosted. Leave me alone.
That's why you're touching me. I know, right? But it felt so nice to actually. And speaking of marriage, one of my intentions for the year is marriage therapy.
Which I think is fantastic.
I feel like Zach is not the kind of person who's like opposed to therapy, which I thank God for, because I know a lot of people say like their partners are. For him, it's just more of like a why. You know, why are we doing it? So I was just like, just to make sure that, we are happy, but could we be happier? We are open with each other. Could we be opener? You know, are there other things that we could perhaps not be seeing? Because sometimes the things which stumble you along the way are things which perhaps were there, you just didn't see them. And sometimes an external view is someone who just be like, okay, all right. Well, I've seen a dynamic, and then you're able to.
Even the dynamics that you're used to, but you can't imagine that would be an issue because this is what you do. So therapy, I want to continue my own personal therapy. Obviously, right now it's still weekly, but like I don't know, maybe I'll have healed enough to go down to eventually
every other week or whatever. But at least the marriage therapy once a month, that feels like a good enough. Like we're starting, but it's not overwhelming for him or for me. So I'm looking forward to that.
That's good. I think that's such a good step forward. I feel like maintenance is good. Things need maintenance.
That's it.
And that's it. That's really
like your car.
Everything else you're maintaining, but not your relationships, you know? There's something so I think that's amazing. I'm so happy for you about that, because I know how much you love therapy and how it's like transformed you. So doing that with your partner, that's definitely intimacy. Just the going is intimacy building.
I actually feel like therapy, if I had not started therapy last year, I actually don't know what version of myself I would be looking at right now. Like I just feel so like that was the best part of my 2023.
We Sengenya'd you with someone, by the way. No, it was good.
Tell me about it.
You're more empathetic. You're calmer. You're more like you're more tender in your approach. I've seen that difference for sure.
Thank you. And I think that's what's allowing me to now like even change my approach to work, you know, from like, I hate people, I don't want to be in public places with people, to like, now I'm just like, because I trust myself more. I trust my boundaries. I'm able to appreciate who I am without necessarily seeing it as sometimes an Achilles heel. Because sometimes I realize now in therapy is like, I feel like it's being a celebrity or popular or known or whatever kind of makes me feel like sometimes it has limited my ability to make friends, my ability to trust people, because sometimes I'm just like, are you really saying the real reason why you're here, you know, kind of thing. And so that makes me not want to interact with people a lot, because it's just like, you're not being genuine. Automatically when you come and be like, oh, I love you, Morgan, it's just like, now it's kind of like put offish. But it's like I want to trust myself to be in spaces where it's like people like me and I can also see what's going on, and I have the discernment of like, you can be a friend, we can do this together, and I can be able to say no if I need to say no, which I love.
Yeah. And you can be in environments where you can offer vulnerability without feeling like, oh my God, once I'm vulnerable, the world ends. We are best friends. You're stealing my money. They are like massive stages.
Literally,
There's so many stages. Yeah. So I can definitely see a difference in your perspective, in the way you're approaching things. Actually, let me give you guys an example. Recently, Joe did a Q&A, and she was asking people like, what would you do, Murugi, if you were? Yeah, what would you do, Murugi? So people are sending in scenarios, and one of the scenarios was if you're earning a lot of money and like your husband isn't, or something like that. And her response was, I would continue securing the bag for us. I literally messaged her. I was like, whoever has taken over Murugi's phone, give it back. Because I believe she is the same person who is just like, absolutely no, he has a year to get it together. Is he late? All of these things. That is a massive shift in the way that you think.
Yeah, and money is one of the things that I feel like half the time in therapy, we have addressed like my money stuff, my money issues, why I tie so much value to money. And that just obviously, as like with everything else, it has to do with your childhood and probably your parents.
Most like your dad.
Yeah, exactly. And feeling like, and because like my relationship with him developed into a thing of like, your value is money. Then now I kind of now started feeling like, okay, so that really is people, and that's how everyone sees me. But no, it was just him who was seeing me that way.
Oh,
but
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so now I was just kind of like, I mean, if I couldn't give you, we've talked about this before.
But I didn't know that that's where it stemmed from.
Yeah, so that's where it stems from. And it's just kind of like now being able to appreciate that my value can be more than money. That someone could want to hang out with me just because I'm a nice person.
For vibes.
And because we are friends, and that doesn't have to be anything tied to money. I feel like I'm really just like, in fact, my goals this time to do with money have been so different from like my other goals in other years. Like now, a lot of it, especially with work stuff, was like, I don't want to, things which I don't want to do anymore, which I was doing just for acquisition of more money, like market days, for example. And, certain things that I would say yes to for my platform that I was just like, I know it's just yes for money, but it's not what I want to be doing. I want the money that I earned this year to be more intentional. I want to move away from so much of my income being dependent on other people, like other brands, and see how can I create this platform I've created, how can I just monetize it and create whatever for myself. And that obviously comes with, it might be less money initially, because it's not just like taking. It's like you need to be intentional about creating it. But I'm happy about that. I feel so at peace and just like relaxed in it.
And one of the things about our money stuff is that we project them to other people. You project that someone is around you because maybe that you could make the money or something, but no one is really thinking of that. It's like your own money stuff, or like when somebody is super vigilant with money, or like they're super frugal, they project that that's what people want to do with their money. It's like you only see things from the lenses of how your own relation. So I'm so glad you've been able to relax. I'm so happy for you.
Thank you.
Speaking of financial of money, this year for me, as I said, is about financial literacy and armoring myself with information that allows me to be more financially literate. Let me tell you guys, anytime someone says bonds, I'm out.
Who's Bonds? James Bond?
Exactly. Literally, I just feel like that's such an intense word. It sounds like maths. It sounds like algebra.
When I hear someone saying crypto, I'm just like, okay.
So crypto, I feel comfortable with, because I've had conversations about crypto with someone like for ages.
Right.
So it's like that one I've had a journey with. But bonds are just like, oh my God. So the only way, and I know, and I know the best thing about having like anchor in wellness, one area, you can use that for others. So because I know what I've done with my therapy, with my own personal mental wellness, I'm able to apply the same thing, which is, it's going to be uncomfortable at first.
Oh yeah, Def. It's stepping into spaces where it's like, I don't know what's happening. I don't know.
I'm doing a course, how to be a dollar millionaire, and people who are dollar millionaires are there. So the things they're thinking about money versus you is like, so it's like that discomfort of like, first of all, the discomfort of the fact that you don't know. Because people are embarrassed about their process. The fact that you don't know, like there's a shame that comes with that. Then there's a journey of like feeling comfortable with the knowledge to actually know, and then they're applying it. So it's a journey, but I absolutely want to get that together. I feel like there's a way I feel about myself that I feel like that that's the thing that needs to be added. That spice. That's the spice that needs to add. So if you want to change something and you don't like around, you just need to take information from where you know. Yeah. Because
and then apply. Later, but you need the information
I'll
first.
Keep you posted.
Please tell us. So you're gonna be a dollar millionaire by?
No, it's how to be a dollar millionaire. We're on class 2.
Oh, okay, fine.
I'll tell you.
Yeah, so let us know.
The first thing is that we did our money goals, and I have a meeting with a wealth manager on Friday, which is one you get supplied to.
Ooh,
so
nice.
Those are processes.
Even the word wealth manager makes me uncomfortable. It's just like I know. I just feel like. Do you have the wealth?
When I tell you, because the idea, one of my misconceptions, because they told us about like your money personality, your money beliefs. One of my beliefs is just like constantly talking about money is just weird and scary. I don't know if it's like the combination of my Britishness and then my money personality. Just talking about money is just like, shut this down. You know?
But even African culture, people don't talk about money. Really? Yeah.
Or maybe because I'm around you and you're so comfortable talking about money. Yeah. But anyway, it's just there's a discomfort that comes in with that. But I'm working through it.
Yeah. I definitely want to learn more about that. I don't know if it'd be financial literacy, more of just like bonds. Yeah.
Those
even this
bonds.
Stock market, like invest stock market, stock exchange,
diversifying your portfolio.
By the end of this, we'll be calling you just Lydia.
Yeah.
Come on, just Ivy.
Come on, just
Lydia
money,
Africa.
as I call her. Yeah, we'll see.
This can be 2020 finances for you. Okay, by the end of this year, guys, this is just, going back to the health one. I just need to be able to do one push-up. I can't do a push-up.
Neither can I.
Yeah, by the end of this year, I just want to do one push-up.
Yeah.
That's
too high for me.
Really? One push-up?
Okay, fine.
BFF.
At the end of the year, we're both going to do a push-up.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Fingers crossed.
Exactly. Yeah, home and family. That's like, I guess, a theme. I want to be very intentionally present. I feel like in other years, I have been present, and now I guess maybe it's like maintain. I want to keep being like intentionally present. Things such as like cooking. I realized over the holidays, I really love cooking for my family.
Yeah.
It's so much fun. I really enjoy it, but I don't want to be like now at every night I'll be cooking. I said once to twice a week. Yeah, once to twice a week at least. The therapy with Zach, great. I want us to be going to church weekly. I have to admit, I've been super lazy. Towards the end of last year, it's just kind of like, the alarm rings on Sunday and it's like, today is the only day in the week that like you can literally sleep in and stay in bed until 10.
But let's ask why when you are self-employed entrepreneur.
Because I take my kids to school.
Oh.
And then also we're here like, we want to lose weight and we want to go to the gym. Do you know what I mean? But like Sunday is just like, it's Sunday. You know what I mean? Yeah.
But it can't be Sunday morning and then rest after, because that
we can. So now that's what I want to get in the habit. I want going to church to be such a regular thing, because like now it's reached the point where like my kids are more expecting us to not go to church than they are expecting us to go to church, and I don't want to be that person. I just don't want to. So I really want to go to church like more often. And then also I want to, with regards to my family and now the money stuff that we spoke about, I was just telling my therapist how sometimes the burden of supporting family members sometimes feels heavy, but I realize what feels heavy about it is the fact that it's a constant voice in my ear of just like, oh, Joanne, we need this. Can you please send for this? And this year I want to standardize the support that I give to my family. Yeah. And I feel like that's going to be so crucial for me. So it's like, I know if I'm giving 30,000 per month, this person, and I'm giving you 20,000 per month, and whatever it is you needs to fall in there, because that's what I can afford to give you.
We have an opportunity to have a relationship
exactly, which is not
what you're asking
exactly,
for.
Because I imagine also for a family member who's asking for something, they also wouldn't necessarily want to be there asking you all the time, oh, please, can you pay for this? Please, can you send money for gas or whatever? So I want to preserve their dignity, I guess, to some extent, and also just like have our relationship around more than just money, So I feel like that will allow me to give the support without necessarily feeling like all the time it's a random Tuesday morning, now it's Friday afternoon, now it's whatever, you're just sending 2,000 here, 3,000 here, whatever. Let me just standardize the support, and I feel like that's going to improve my relationships and make me happier generally as a person.
I think that's a really good one.
Yeah.
For me, I would say I'm second generation, the one who has money, right? So I've learned so much from my mom and the dynamics that she has with her family. So that's one of the things that I've noted. So anything pertaining, like now, the person who I feel like my black tax is really 4 is my grandma currently. So it's like the money which I send is like 1 month. We have this, and this, and I know that's what's being done. My dad's health is like, it's up and down, and he's going to shift. So that one I can't always predict. But one of the things that I did is like, his insurance is paid for the year, so that I don't really have to think about like, oh, if something happens, like, oh, what's happening now? You know, just making it more consistent. So that one, so that you don't have to think about it all through.
Is this the year we start budgeting?
Change. Oh, this is definitely the year we start budgeting. Excel sheet and all.
Do you have? Have you started?
Yes.
Have you done?
Yeah.
Bitch.
What?
Liar.
But we do have an Excel sheet.
Okay,
but
you do have.
What we're going through for week 2 was goal setting. So like long-term, short-term, whatever. And when I'm meeting with the wealth manager, that's what we're going to go through. Because we need to figure out what I'm spending, what I want, and then what I need to be saving, investing, whatever.
Yeah.
So yeah, we got
also
it.
This concept of like, this is the amount of money you've earned this month, and this is how much you spent this month. You know, I feel like with us, it's just like, and it's just like there's this money which is in the account.
Vibes.
Do you know like how much came in, how much went out, or whatever? Like,
so I know that for work.
Okay, for work you do because your PA will tell you.
And she puts everything together that way.
But how much you spent?
Personally. Speaking of, another thing is that one of the things I've realized about money is that I love giving my money. I love being a giver, and not necessarily giver from a sense of responsibility, which is what family feels like. But I like feeling the way I feel empowered about having money is being able to improve the lives of other people, more people. So because of that, I'm starting to give more intentionally. Like one of the things I saw was Victor Peace has a foundation where he pays for school fees. And I was just like, if I intentionally give this way, then I won't feel like I need to keep giving money all over the place. Because by the way, now I have someone who's in high school that I'm paying school fees for. So it's like you need to be intentional about that, because I can't give for all of you, because what if I don't have money for this responsibility? So intentionally giving has to be something that I do outside of my family, because that one feels like it's a responsibility.
Yeah, that one's kind of like you have to.
It's like if you don't, then you know. So I want to increase my giving from that perspective, and budgeting for philanthropy is also part of the thing. So we'll see how much.
Yeah, me just want to budget, just plain and simple, just a budget. There's so many pages by there that I follow on TikTok where someone is like, so we received our paycheck for the month. It was $2,000. So we've put 160 towards this. We put this towards. And I'm always like, whoa.
Sharon told me, Sharon K was like, she's like on her chooms, but the way we started saving, we'll influence us to save. This
year is the year of saving. Yeah.
So we've hacked that. We've hacked that. And we're looking at her chooms. She even has chooms for like therapy, and like, do you even count your therapy money?
No, that's small money to me. But me, I feel like it needs for big things.
No, but because when we counted the amount I have to save for, and me, I'm going once a month, is 55K.
For them,
so so it is a big thing. And you're going how many? 5.
Oh, 5 times 12, that's 60,000.
Yeah, but now we are counted for the weeks which the week I've already gone.
Oh my god. Okay, fine. Mine is 5,000.
Let's do the maths.
Times 4, that's 20,000 a month. Times 12. 240,000.
240. How is that not a big thing? That's exactly what she said.
Okay, I mean, when you add it up,
money in that way, but when it comes to like your big goals, it is a lot of money.
And that's a piece of land.
Somewhere. 240K.
You're right.
I don't even want to count how much I've spent on therapy to this day.
No. That's an investment. Can we count that as an investment?
It is an investment. But
your financial literacy.
It needs to be accounted for.
That's the thing. We need to account for what are we spending money on? That's what I want to know, is what am I spending money on? I need to see.
Me, I'm definitely spending money on like buying things like clothes, whatever else. I'm spending money on eating out. I'm spending money on my family, like, you know, someone needs something, like I want to help out. Even just yesterday, this is a problem. M-Pesa app brought the Face ID. So you're not even entering a PIN.
Literally,
you're just going straight to the money.
Buy goods. Do that. I love that Face ID. It's so nice.
I'm like, everything is just so seamless. And then it tells you how you can share it without even your balance. So it's just like,
wow, yeah, that's really right.
Yeah. So I just, I want to know what's going on with my money.
Even me.
That's it.
Yeah,
I got an accountant for Kagi as well. I just want to know where it's going.
Yeah.
So it's like, you have money, but do you?
Yeah,
that's what we're being told.
That's the thing. You have money, but do you? You don't know where all these small, small
you just
things.
See your balance, so you think your business is always thriving. But is it?
That's the question.
Yeah, that's what we're discussing.
Yeah.
So financial literacy, guys, I'll come back with notes. I will. Okay, fine. So let me just say my two things. These ones are simple. I want to continue making purposeful content. Taking a break off social media and also breaking my leg has something that has helped me realize my value and what I offer. So number one, I can take breaks and it's fine. My space is mine and no one is occupying my space. It's not a competitive energy. It's a collaborative. It's creative, you know?
Yeah.
And like that, creating intentionally, I get to enjoy what I'm doing. Like I want to keep that purposeful content for sure. But as we said, I want to merge it more with lifestyle because last year I was telling you I wasn't aligning with corporate brands as much as I would like, which forced me to diversify my platform so I don't have to rely on brands, which was a good thing. But I also want to be able to be a good marketer because I know I can do it, you know. So that's one of the things. Stay purposeful with that, and also my man.
Yeah.
I'll just leave that as that.
Leave it as it is.
Leave it as it is.
Tomorrow in the blogs. Yeah. But
I
anyway,
literally said that privacy is in and someone was just like, this one's in a relationship. I just said privacy is in. Now it's about a relationship.
But anyway. Privacy, like you said, privacy been in, and especially respecting other people's privacy. But Kenya's going to do it? No, I highly doubt that very much. Yeah. But anyway, I love the thing about purposeful content. I feel like I liked what you were saying about like now it's like we are in that space of like we know what to share for it to be like I'm letting you into my life. But there are some things which is just like, do I need to post this? Necessary? Do I have to? And then do I always have to fill up the space on my phone? It's like if I'm at home sat doing nothing, I'm just watching Netflix. I can also just be sat. Yeah.
Can I not just watch Netflix?
Without posting this on this side of the TV, this side of TV,
and talking about this for the sake of it. I'm
done posting for the sake of it. Exactly. And also always feeling this rush, like now, oh my God, we are the shoot. I haven't posted my makeup. So even in the evening you can post. No. Even tomorrow you can post. Like it's just like we're just definitely
we're
not.
Out of that. What do we want for TMI?
I feel like for TMI, I'd love to see us continuing to grow. But more than anything, I feel like this year, I want us to be able to connect with our audience more than we have in past years. I know in the past years, we've had one event usually in the middle of the year, which has been like a big one. And for some reason, for TMI, whenever it's like the thing that like the TMI live, it's just like it's so massive that you can't even imagine doing more than one of that in a year. But this year we want to see if we can organize some smaller events that you guys can be part of, that we can be able to interact with you guys, that we can be able to like do meaningful stuff together, have conversations, which is not necessarily this huge live event, but could just be opportunities for us to interact. So I would definitely love to interact more with the audience. Yeah.
I would like us to diversify our income a bit more, because we want to be rich. We want to have like lots of money coming in, you know? So, and not just thinking about like it from like a point of a brand approaching us. So that's one thing. Another thing is that I feel like I want us to dominate. I feel like we have the potential to occupy a way bigger space than we do, because we are not really even taking what we have seriously and more intentionally, you know?
We are serious, but we could be seriouser.
We could be way seriouser, you know? So I want us to have that energy of just like, what could we do, and like really dream big and shoot as far as we possibly can be, because I think we are incredible. And what this product that we have, this community that we've built, we can do way more.
Exactly. I want to see us out of Nairobi, out of Kenya if possible.
We are definitely going to be out of
Nairobi. Some kind of travel, either a trip just me and you, or a trip with you guys, or a brand flying us out or something. It's just like, we just need to move. Literally nothing ties us here.
Nothing.
Oh wait, Kinabesh.
They'll come with us, obviously.
They will, yeah. As long as you pay for their travel and accommodation and meals.
Chicken change. We're rich.
Oh, you're right.
Rich.
Yeah.
Abundance
Financial
energy.
literacy. That's
just Lydia. Just Lydia over here.
I also look forward to like this year being our like stable in terms of like the people who we work with, because in past years it's been like a bit tumultuous, like some changes here and there. The people we started social media with the beginning of the last year are not the ones we ended with.
But I feel like we've got a
I feel like where we are now is a really good rhythm, and I would love to see like the team. There's a value you get from like people being on the team a longer amount of time.
100%.
It's like more ownership of the brand. We know each other more. So I'd love for us to like have that kind of like stable, like this is our team and this is us. This is how we work.
100%.
Okay, we've been talking for a really long time,
but we've you
really
guys.
been chatting.
We missed talking so much, and to each other as well. I missed this kind of conversation, not just hanging, chilling.
Yeah, this kind of conversation. Guys, can you tell us what you guys would want for like TMI for this year? Is there anything that you guys would want to see? Do you guys want longer episodes, shorter episodes? Do you want 5 episodes a week? Tell us what you want. Of course, we're saying no to such things, but just tell us,
are there elements you'd like us to add? Are there things that for you as a community you feel like would be worthwhile as far as growing together? As we're saying, this is like an us thing. So we would really love your contribution on the vision that you guys have and see what we can implement for this year.
Yeah, that would be really amazing. Also, we would love to hear some of your New Year's resolutions.
Yeah.
And just like see all intentions.
Words as
New Year's intentions. What
Tell
are
us
your words? Tell us what you guys are doing. What are you planning for this year? We want to know and just hear. Talking is a lot of work.
It is a lot of work, but we love it.
We love it so much. Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, thank you guys for being here on our first episode of 2024. We had an amazing break. We feel refreshed and we are so ready to continue giving you quality content consistently and even expanding even more. So thank you so much for being an in-betweener. We love you. We appreciate you. And here's to a fantastic 2024.
Love you guys.
Bye.